Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who teach 100% truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. It's your brother Ra'aya back with another one from GMS Detroit. And yeah, y'all, look, this is the title of this. Look at this. Cleveland mother pleads not guilty after bodies of two young daughters found in suitcases at playground. Right? So apparently, this woman has deleted her children and put them in suitcases and left them up at a playground. Crazy work, right? It says, because look, for the love of many shall wax cold, right? So it says, a Cleveland mother charged in the deaths of her two young daughters after their bodies were found buried in suitcases in shallow graves at a playground pleaded not guilty Thursday. Aaliyah Henderson, dressed in blue and handcuffed behind her back, made a brief video appearance before a judge in Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Court. She remained silent at the plea was read. A victim's advocate for the prosecutor office told the judge that the fathers of the two girls were requesting the highest bond possible, right? So even the father is requesting that this woman gets the highest bond possible. And he says for Henderson, because she has a history of staying hidden and moving from place to place throughout the duration of the children's life. Now, this is just an example on why, Jake, you need to stay away from the so-called black woman, right? The 2/3 black woman, right? Because these women, you see what they doing with their own children, right? You see what they doing, right? And then also, matter of fact, let me see how much time we got. All right, so this is Deuteronomy chapter 28. We're going to start at verse 56, right? The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not venture to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil, meaning her mind shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear, right? And this is and it goes on to say, for she shall eat them for one of all things secretly in the siege and straitness, wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gate. This was speaking about 70 AD, but this still applies to today. This is a curse that applies to today. And these mothers are going to be doing this when it's Jacob's trouble pop off, when it's famine and everything go down. These mothers will be eating their children again. Their eyes are already evil towards their children. You know what I mean? And their husbands and their their sons and their daughters. Their eyes are already evil towards them. Right? It says the bodies of 8-year-old Mila Chapman and her half-sibling, 10-year-old Amora Wilson, were discovered at Saranac Playground on March 2nd after a man walking his dog found a partially buried suitcase. The decomposed bodies had been stuffed inside suitcases and buried in shallow graves. Right? This got like some dumb shit, some dumb nigga woman shit written all over it. It was like a pile of dirt, and she stopped to sniff, and she was taking too long. The man Philip Donaldson told WEWS TV. So I went back and looked, and it was a suitcase that was half buried, and I pulled it up and looked in it, and it was a head. Somebody's head is in it. All right, this is crazy work, man. Right? It says Henderson, 28, who lives near the playground, was arrested at her home on March the 4th. Court records show that she's been charged with aggravated murder, kidnapping, murder, endangering children, and offenses against a human corpse. Right? So, the Heavenly Father giving out judgments, y'all. She gonna get a judgment here, and if she's still alive, like if they don't delete her in prison, she's going to be Either she gonna get the MOTB, either way, she gonna eat a missile, or the Heavenly Father gonna destroy him, or Yahweh Shai and the angels gonna destroy him. All right. And this is Matthew 24:12. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, right? So this is another reason for y'all to stay away from these so-called black women, y'all. And with that, I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Shalom, y'all. On to the next one.